So I just got this update. I actually was on I got it on my phone, and shout out to Darian McNeil, and I immediately rushed over and typed it into Google to confirm that it was indeed true. So this raggedy cunt named Cynthia Baker, the murderer of Rika Roundtree, has officially been sentenced to life in prison. As y'all know, I have been following this story pretty much since its first developments early, like mid last year, and I told you I was going to follow through with it to the end. But before I get into reading the article, I also have to give a shout out to this other supporter of mine whose name is Savannah. I can't remember what her last name is, but she knows who she is because she was sending me all kinds of updates when it came to the story that mainstream media was not even talking about. So I do appreciate that person as well for sending me some updates about not only Cynthia Baker, but about her daughter, and I think her sister as well. Like that family is just all the way messed up. But either way, justice has been served in this case, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the article. The woman who was found guilty of killing 8-year-old Rika Roundtree has been sentenced to natural life in prison. Cynthia Baker, age 42, was found guilty last November of first-degree murder. She was originally to be sentenced last January, but that was vacated when Baker hired a new lawyer, Phil Finnegan. And I think that's what makes this thing rather poetic, because she thought that she got a raw deal with the lawyer that she had, and her idea was, I'm going to get a new lawyer and get an appeal or get this thing overturned. And that didn't work in her favor. She should have just went with what she had last year, because basically almost a year later, pretty much a year later, she got the same result. Baker claimed ineffective assistance from counsel from her former lawyer Todd Ringel and wanted a new trial. That is what Finnegan tried to argue in court today. Finnegan claimed Ringel not addressing Rika's father, Richard, as a possible contributor to the abuse and death along with Ringel, leaving the DCFS out of his defense, hurt Baker's case. On the other side, the state felt the evidence presented in the trial was sufficient enough to prove Baker's guilt, adding Baker willingly chose Ringel to represent her and made no claims during the trial about how she felt. It also claimed Ringel's efforts did not fall below the objective standard or reasonable doubt, which is necessary to receive a new trial. After hearing arguments from both the state and defense, McLean County Judge Casey Costigan came to the decision to natural life in prison, meaning there is no possibility for parole or release. That's what I wanted to make sure of, that she didn't get parole. I've yet to see a case where the evidence was as distressing to me as this one is, said Costigan, adding that Baker's actions were not proper forms of discipline and were evil in nature. Nothing that child did or could have done warranted that type of abuse that was inflicted upon her. Before being sentenced, Baker was given the chance to make a statement where she claimed that she is naturally a good person and loved Rika. Rika's mom, Ann Simmons, didn't agree and said she is just relieved this case has come to an end. I wish I could drop a little birdie into the mom's ear and say, you know, it would have been dope when they announced that sentence and the mother came up and just popped her one good time. Like, give her one good hit, because you may never get that chance. They will probably hold you in contempt of court, but you know, it's a risk that you're willing to take. That would have been dope to see. I was very shocked that she came in with even more emotions, and it just goes to show that she don't have no remorse, and a natural life sentence will at least keep the next kid safe, said Simmons. I think it's time for it to be over. I was ready for it to be done with. I'm very happy that they went with natural life. I'm very happy that he denied all the motions today. Baker also faces 3 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of endangering the life of a child, and 1 count of aggravated battery. Well, shit. That's just adding more fuel to the fire, but in any case, I love it. See, now I can breathe essentially and rest assuredly, well, when it comes to this case, but there's so many more cases out there. Not saying like this, but there are cases out here that involves child abuse, but I'm glad that this one ended the way that it should have. They did not grant this heifer a new trial, because who knows how that could have went. I know the mother is relieved. The father, he's still in jail. I think they said, well, he got 8 years in jail. and this bitch is getting life, natural life, no parole, no release. And that's how it should be done. And they probably give it that, because to be honest, if the death penalty was on the table, they probably would have gave it that. But I don't know if the death penalty is honored where this what does it happen? It was in Illinois. I'm not sure what the death penalty is like for that state. But I am glad that everything turned out the way that it did, because this is how it was supposed to go down. But now I know that the mother, Rika Roundtree's mother, can feel some type of relief. Granted, it's not going to bring her daughter back. Nothing will. But at least now she can know. Now she knows that she can go to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that this skank is going to be behind bars for the rest of her natural life. But this pretty much now seals the cap on yet another case that I've been covering for so long. Shout out to everybody who has been keeping up with this case along with me. Even if you fell off, now you have been refreshed. Shout out to everybody who has been sending me articles or sending me updates surrounding this case, because people, you know, the fact that y'all sent me articles about it lets me know that you've been keeping up with me on this case as well. Because like I said, there's so many stories that come out, but I'm so glad that this was the outcome. With that being said, y'all let me know what you think down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.